Hello Year 2, please ensure that you have a pencil and paper before we begin. Our learning objective today is, can I describe movements? Before we begin, here are some key words that we need to know. As we are describing movements, make sure you've got a bit of space as you may need to move. Our first keyword is left. Left. The best way to remember which is your left is by making a capital L with your thumb and your forefinger. Left. Our next keyword is right. Right. Your right side is the backwards L. What I want you to do now is I want you to look to your left. What do you see? Remember, make that L shape with your thumb and your forefinger. Left. To my left, I can see a wall. Now I want you to look to your right. It's the backwards L this time. What do you see? When I look to my right, I can see a window. You're right. Our next keyword is backwards. Backwards. And we also have forwards. Forwards. When describing if something is moving forwards or backwards, it's important to look at which way the object is facing. So our turtle here is moving backwards because he is not facing in the direction he is moving. Whereas our turtle over here is moving forwards because he is facing in the direction that he is moving. What I want you to do now is I want you to move yourself forward. So look at the way you're facing, and that's the way you're moving. So I've just moved myself forwards. Now I would like for you to move backwards. That is not the way you are facing. Move backwards. Our next keywords are up, up, and down, down. What I would like for you to do now is to stand up. Stand up. Now I would like for you to sit down. Sit down. Okay, if it helps you, you're more than welcome to draw this grid onto a piece of paper, but we are going to be completing the STEM sentences below from the movements to describe the movements that have been made. The turtle has moved one square forwards, or if you look at your hands and you're using your left and your right, he has also moved one square right. The next one, the ant has moved how many squares in what direction? Pause the video and have a think. The ant has moved 2 squares, and he could either have moved forwards or, using your hands to show your lefts and your rights, he could have also moved 2 squares left. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. The something has moved 2 squares up. So remember, you're looking for that arrow that is pointing up, and it's moved 2 squares up. What could it be? Pause the video. That's right. The bee has moved 2 squares up. You're looking for the arrow that points up, and it's moved 2 squares. Okay, the next one. The something has moved something squares down. Pause the video and have a think. That's right. The spider has moved 3 squares down. Okay, on to our next question. Again, please pause the video and draw the grid if it will help you answer the questions. We need to record these movements on the grid using the arrows. So the first one is the turtle moves 1 square right. So the first thing we need to do is find the turtle on our grid. The turtle is here. Don't forget to use your hands to help with your lefts and rights. Your right is the one that is the backwards L, and he has moved 1 square that way. Pause the video and have a go. Well done, he has moved to here. Okay, the next question is, the B moves 3 squares forward. So the first thing we need to do is find the B, which is here. And then we need to move him 3 squares forward. Remember to look at which way the B is facing. Pause the video and have a go. Well done, the B has moved 1, 2, 3 squares forward. Our next one is the ant moves 1 square down. So we need to find the ant on our grid and move him 1 square down. Remember to look at which way that arrow is pointing. Have a go, pause the video. Well done, the ant has moved here, 1 square down. And lastly, the spider moves 1 square up. Remember to look at which way that arrow is pointing. 1 square up. Pause the video. Well done, the spider has moved here, 1 square up. Your task now is, you can choose from one of these tasks or you can do both, it's completely up to you. Task number 1 is, with a family member at home, you can give them instructions to move using the keywords we have just learned: left, right, backwards, forwards, up, down. Write down the instructions that you have given and then let your family member give you instructions that describe movements. Or you can choose option 2, which is to draw out the question below and complete it. So you need to write the stem sentences and complete the questions. Please make sure that you upload your work to either Tapestry or onto Facebook so your teacher can have a look at the work that you've been doing. Thank you for watching.